We're just staying in the hotel here, waiting for Kate's bicycle wheel to arrive from Razan. We phoned up Centerpol last night, excuse me, and they said that the best they could do, really, which is all they can do, is to send someone to the airport with all the equipment that we've asked for, and they can just wait for a standby ticket. So they'll just have to keep asking and see if there have been any cancellations on the aeroplanes, and then just come out here as quickly as possible. We're going to give them another ring this evening to see if they've managed to get a ticket, and to see if they're on their way. I know all we can do is just wait, really. Yesterday was great. We went out with Igor, the traffic policeman who we met on the first day, and his friend Vasily, who's a security guard, and they took us off up into the mountains nearby. We went swimming in the rivers, and we had wild bilberry tea, and we had a fire up in the forest and everything, which was superb. Which wouldn't have happened if Kate's wheel had been okay. So it's, you know, it swings and roundabouts, but we get to meet people. But we feel a bit bored today and a bit frustrated. You know, we've just been drifting around town a bit. We've seen Igor again, and we've seen Vasily again. We've been chatting a bit, but the prospect of staying here tomorrow as well, certainly tomorrow, and then who knows, it depends when they can get a ticket, so it's getting a bit frustrating. We're still not losing any time, really, because we took the trains down to the mountains, to go to the Siberian mountains, took the trains there and took the train back. We saved a few days, but we're going to lose them all in one go. It would have been better if we'd lost one day here and one day there, rather than losing 4 days all in one go. So it's a bit annoying, really. But we'll still arrive in Irkutsk now, according to the original timetable, which isn't too bad. Good thing that's happened today is Vasily arranged for us to go and have a chat with the people from the local newspaper. So we'll be in the paper later on in the week. Hopefully we may still be here when it comes out, but they said they certainly send a couple of copies off to Razan. So we'll see how that's come out. And Sasha was being our interpreter, which was good. Made it all very easy. Had some photos taken. We may go and see the local TV people tomorrow. Don't know. See what happens.
Last day of their work.
Yeah, they're having a day off today. Other exciting things that have happened today. We bought a pack of playing cards. Very exciting, but it means we can while away the time. Sasha's been dozing off, and Kate's asleep in the other room down the corridor. So I've been playing a bit of Patience, which is good. I did mean to bring a pack of cards out from England, but I forgot. But these cost, I think, 500 rubles.
8. Ah, yeah, 5.
No,
Sorry, 5. Yeah.
500. But you could buy a pack for 400, but it only had 36 cards. So buy a pack of cards and a notepad and a pen for 10 rubles, and you make up your own remaining cards with your notepad and your pen. So that was a waste of time. And we found these magazines as well, which are quite interesting. All in Russian, of course, so we're going to have to get Sasha here to translate it all. But they seem really interesting. It's all about, it's a bit like National Geographic.
Yeah.
And it deals with just people's ways of life. And the wildlife is something all about salmon migration. What else have we got? Salmon migration. Just environmental, ecological, ethnological information from Europe and Russia and stuff. It's quite good. So we bought a couple of those just to have as a souvenir, really. So we'll have a long read through those on the plane on the way. That's about it, really. We're just waiting around now. It's 6:15 in the evening now. Been another beautiful day, but you know, we've seen Uyarn now, so we want to get on. Apparently, we were asking the policeman about the road. Apparently, most of it's okay. There's about 200 kilometres between here and Irkutsk, which is bad road, but it's broken up into sections. There's 50 kilometres here and 50 kilometres there, and it's not tarmac, and don't quite know what it is. Maybe big stones, that's the worst. If it's just unsurfaced, it's okay. If it's like ballast, it's bad. So that will slow us down a bit, but apparently after Irkutsk, as far as Chita, it's a very good road. And then after Chita, who knows? So we just got to sit and wait now. A bit boring. Kate was feeling a bit homesick today. That's the worst thing. If you have time on your hands like this, that's the time when you start. One day's okay. 2 days, 3 days with nothing to do, just sitting around. You start. Kate's got some photos of her family and that, and she was feeling a bit homesick, which is, I don't know, she's been away from home for a very long time, but for a few years now, obviously. But it gets to you every once in a while. I had homesickness pangs after the first few weeks. When I was in Moscow, it was bad. When I was in Ryazan, it was bad. I've got over it.
I didn't notice it.
Was it obvious? Mooching around the place, but I still feel homesick. I still miss people a lot. But if we're on the bicycles day after day, it's okay because that's all you've got to get up. You've got to get on the bikes. You've got to take the tent down, get packed up, get going. Just think about the bikes. Even if you, I know you're on the bicycles for maybe 2 hours at a time. And we don't always talk, we're not chatting all the time, but even when you're not talking, it's not as if you're thinking, oh my god, everybody's at home. It's alright. But it's just when you're just sitting in one place for a whole day and there's nothing really to do, and then it gets a bit bad. Yeah, it's alright. So anyway, Sasha's now pulled himself out of bed for 5 minutes, just long enough to have a quick drink. He'll probably be back asleep again in a minute.
We'll play cards, I think so.
Still trying to get over. Alright, we'll play Snap. How about that?
Yeah, sure.
That'll line this up. Play some Snap. And then we'll go off. What's the time? 6:15. We'll go off and we'll have some supper in an hour or so. Ring up Centre Pole just to see if they know what's happened. Make sure they sent someone off to the airport. And that's it. While away another evening. Wait for tomorrow. We may go swimming again tomorrow. Go off up to the river with Igor. He does shift work, so it makes it nice and easy. He was on late last night. He worked last night and he's off today. He finished at 8 o'clock this morning, so he's off today. And then
so awful night. Their wife killed husband with a knife during this night. He's the husband. Yeah.
Oh, there's
yes.
There's a bit of a domestic scene going on in town, apparently. Someone's a bit of domestic violence and murder.
Yeah, but then they stopped the guy with the drunk driver.
Drunk?
Yeah, drunk driver. He and the guy is now on the post. Yeah, on the cross.
Man on duty.
Yeah, and while this man go into the town, while the man go into the town, this man was in the car accident and he died. No, so it is very.
He died.
Yeah, he died because in the car accident on the way to this town.
Someone was killed in a car crash coming from the main road 4 kilometres into town, apparently, last night.
Yeah.
Drunk? What? The guy who was drunk?
Yeah, the guy who was
the
drunk.
man who was drunk. Unbelievable. But hey, that's
it's
Russia.
We say the same voice at the same time, yeah.
Oh well. Right, sod off. Yeah.
Greg trying to work his way around a machine gun here. There's the road, is it there? But it's a Vasilev's machine gun, he's a security guard. The old Rambo here. His new singlet.
This is live. This is real gun. You know.
This is really it. This is loaded.
Just open
just to
this.
knock off the mafia.
No, just this. You stay here. If you want to like one shoot, or if you want to here, you stay here. Lots of.
Automatic.
Just push it. That's it. And everybody around will be like, you know.
I could go mad too much if I have a bit more.
Just to see, they're real.
Yeah,
Like,
Sasha knows his way around the machine gun.
а там бывает телефон.
Bit too much food in the stolova could make me a bit mad. Could send me over the edge.
So,
And I don't know what I'll do.
they need to go.
So how do you like it, Kate?
That's great.
To feel the gun in your hands, eh?
Looks like it's being used actually.
Sure, она была использована? Это маш-
Smoking gun.
Yeah, it was used.
Сегодня нет.
Not today, but
Can you smell the gunpowder?
so
До того как.
it was used before.
How many bullets has it got? One?
Сколько там патронов?
30.
30.
30 bullets. Yeah. I'll give it back. I'll smell it.
Так, машина.
This is all inside the church in Uyar, which has been opened up specially so that we can come in and have a look around. Another church absolutely crammed full of icons all over the wall.
Do you need a light here?
No,
No light?
no, no, no.
I'm just going to test and see what I need. I can get close.
Глаз дергает, да? А зрение не ухудшается у вас?
Больно глаз.
Да.
Я пойду.
Сходите сегодня, сейчас сходите.
Ну, я тебе не брошу.
Давайте, я с вами вечером схожу.
Надежда. Надежда Дмитриевна.
Nadezhda. This is Nadezhda, the caretaker of the church, holding on to the huge padlock. How long has she worked in the church?
Сколько вы работаете в этой церкви?
12 лет.
12 years. What?
And the church never closed at all after the revolution or anything?
Церковь не закрывалась после революции?
А?
Церковь не закрывалась после революции?
А я не знаю.
You don't know.
Вообще, если бы она закрывалась, тут бы все разграбили, а так оно все же здесь рабочее.
Vasily think that if this church will be closed after the revolution, it will be everything will be stolen. But
Yeah,
И при коммунизме она работала.
it works during the communism,
yeah.
and so suppose it was not it didn't close.
А Сережки не было ничего?
Помеза ми глаза під цими ці сюрпризи. Сюрприз, сюрприз, сюрприз.
Special.
And this is Uyar. Vasily's just taken us up onto a high point out to, just east of the town. Along the old, we came out along the old road actually, which was the one which is marked on our map. The new road which we're actually cycling on isn't on the map. But we came out on the old road, the old main road which goes down to Irkutsk, which apparently you can still take, but it's very, very bad surface. So we'll stick to the new one. It's very hazy today, and Vasily said that this means that it's from little forest fires. So this is the old road there in the middle, moving out east. Over the river. Off it goes up the hill.
Там видишь, пакетик его запаковываешь, отправляешь по адресу там. Я говорю, вот в этой вафле. Вот что у меня было. То же самое пакетик, там по-немецки написано, адрес этой. Или сам проявляй.
Go.
Hi, I'm Mike Fetisov from Ryazan, St. Paul. I came here now and
Okay, take two, we put a new battery in.
hi, I'm Mike Fetisov from St. Paul, Ryazan. I came here with a message from Misha Malachov today. Что еще сказать? Я даже и не знаю. Ну все, наверное.
Okay, this is Mike. Yeah, Mike's come out from Ryazan because he had to bring the spare wheel that Kate and I, or well, that Kate wanted. So it's now Tuesday the 20th of July, so we've been here 4 days and we were hoping that he would arrive today. Sitting here thinking, oh, you know, if we've got another day it would be a disaster. But yeah, here he is, he just walked through the door, so we're all very happy to see him. Kate and Sasha are just putting the wheel on the bike and sorting it out. And he's also brought a load of other things. I'll just show you these other things that he's brought in for us.
Неплохо покатались.
Here we are. Some more bits and pieces. Another bag full of stuff. So, more spare parts, more food and things. So,
с этими с резинками и
Sasha again.
крючками.
Okay.
Okay, and this is the local paper in Uyar, which we're on the front page.
Yeah, pretty funny photo if you can see it.
Yeah, very funny.
Wow.
We were actually mucking around, but it wasn't a serious one.
Yeah, it's very poor quality. But anyway, it's all publicity.
Sasha, say what it says.
Oh, that was just 3 crazy guys all over the world. Kate Lehman and Greg Yeoman from Kate from Australia, Greg from United Kingdom, and Alexander from Ryazan. They start cycling on the 1st of May and made 30,000 kilometers, except of me, sure. Then what else? The main purpose to become acquainted with the such exotic country like Russia, and with the people and with the traditions. They become guests of our town because the river there will split it, so some people from traffic police help them and take care of them in our little small town in Siberia. And just lots of things about Kate, how they become acquainted with the Greg, about me a little bit, about Dr. Malakov, and about how we cycle and on what time we get up in the morning and just
Routine, a daily routine.
Yeah, daily routine work. And
Say what we eat.
no, if they all knew that, nobody will never cycle. I think so, because it's good food. Stolove, something like this.
Stollies, more stores.
Wednesday, July the 21st. Back on the road again after 4 days off in Uyard. It's a very, very strong headwind, but we've done 90 kilometres already. We've just stopped for lunch, or just had lunch. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. And it's a very hazy day. Friday the 13th of August, 23 miles after Novopavlovka.
Said everything, but they interrupted. Yeah, she'll say that she'll try to find this number once again. But I mean, the information is there, so it's okay. I need just to say that we will be in Chita from the.
In 3 days.
Yeah, in 3 days, and stay there for 2 days. So.
Got 5 days.
Yeah.
Saturday the 14th of August.
And we thought we'd just change our mode of transport here. We've got a couple of new motorbikes from Suzuki, just a bit more sponsorship.
Yeah.
Actually, we've met
New
Jack
helmets.
and Richard France, and there's cycling on the
Yeah,
bicycles over there. They're biking to Vladivostok from Paris. It's going to take them 1.5 months. So
From Paris to
did I say it the other way around? Anyway, so for 1.5 months, and where are you going after that?
after
Yeah, after you finished
we go to Japan
Japan.
and then back to France by plane.
After sleep.
And
We went to Moscow. We flew to Moscow
all right.
from Paris
Alright.
and motorbikes by track. Well,
So it was
Spain.
yeah.
We spent 1 week around the Baikal, which was a little bit vacation. And now we are just riding our average 300 and 400 kilometers a day.
Is it easy to get petrol, to get fuel?
Yes.
Our bike are just made for Siberia. Perfect bike for Siberia. A good mix between off-road use and asphalt use. And we consider we are very lucky when we see the bike they have here. In fact, we spent 2 days visiting the factory, Ural factory in Irbit, and they are still making bikes that we could have made in the 40s or 50s. It's very surprising. And people here are staring everywhere we go. People are staring at our bikes, like as we were Martians. It's very funny. The 3 or 4 first day we were very surprised, and now we are used to prototype of bikes they created.
Yeah.
But with very few means. It's a pity. It's a pity. The research and development team, the whole no Japanese and no European motorcycle company want to build a new factory there. They are afraid.
Yeah.
And they shouldn't, because they are very... We visited the whole factory during 2 days, and we saw there are some modern machines, some people who have a lot of ideas.
Film some more. Right.
Так, выдумывал хозяйство. Я говорю, хозяйство все.
Друг?
Ага.
Друг?
Fairy tales, special characters. Это Чехов, да, вот?
Ага.
Деревня называется.
Танга.
Деревня Танга. The
Танга.
village Танга.
Улетовский район, Читинская область.
Мгм. А вот как вас зовут?
Игнат Михайлович, фамилия Николаевский.
Николаевский Игнат Михайлович, his name.
Ага.
И как давно вы здесь живете? Всю свою жизнь?
Да всю жизнь.
He lived here all his life.
Ага, отец у меня тоже китаец,
His father
а
is
мать
too Chinese
хохлушка.
and mother is from Ukraine.
Украинцы.
А вы расскажите, как вы начали выпиливать из дерева, вырезать это все?
А выпиливать, когда жена умерла, мне скучно было вообще.
He started doing it
Переживал
all when his
о жене.
wife died,
Ну
so
и
he
это,
missed her. So
не стал жениться, ничего абсолютно. А жену вообще уважал и так.
he loved his
Ну,
wife, so
от скуки я и начал
because
вырезать,
he don't
заниматься.
have because he have enough time, he started do this. А вы учились где-то или сами?
Сами с головы, вообще ночью вот так лежу,
Just
ночью пробудюсь,
in the morning or
возьму,
sometimes in the
нарисую,
night, you just write
а
something,
утром уже начинаю
and
вырезать
in the morning
эти
you just
рисунки.
starts made it from the wood. Вы в основном брали рисунки из русских народных сказок.
Это из русских и из головы больше так, что
Just,
ночью выдумаю.
there is lots of pictures from the Russian fairy tales and from the Russian authors, but the lots of just from his head. He said he just made them and draw them in the morning or in the night, just from you know. Вот. И сколько это у вас все заняло?
Что?
Сколько вы тут все выпиливали?
Да, года 2-3 так.
This all job for 2-3 years nearly. Свободное от работы время.
Ну, свободно, вечерам больше все.
Usually in the evening, just when he was have enough time, when he was not busy. So. Вы один живете, да?
Один, а пацан вот в отпуск пришел.
В армии.
Ага, у Ленинской, у нас там
He lives here
Ленинский
alone,
поселок.
but he have a son, so, but his son,
Поехал в
he's now in the
Ленинское.
army, so he lives now alone.
А завтра в армию поедет.
And tomorrow he's now in the vacations and the holidays here for a week, and he have to return back to the army service tomorrow.
Army service?
Yes. Да, на армии служить в армии, да?
This is Saturday the 14th of August, camping at a village called Tanga, just over 200 kilometers west of Chita.
К вам можно? Да? Wow. Goodness.
Ладно, пусть наваляется, что какая разница. Как вас зовут? Вы представляетесь? Меня Александр.
Меня Лена.
Лена?
Да.
А тебя как зовут? Оксана?
Тоже Лена.
Ты тоже Лена? Как маленькая. Greg, what is your name?
Меня зовут Григорий. Grisha.
Меня зовут Катя. And
Sunday the 15th of August, with some thunderstorms approaching the town of Uliati. And that is the town of Uliati where we're going, unfortunately. It's Monday the 16th of August today. This is the place we stayed last night. It's I can't remember the name of the village. It's 80 kilometers west of Chita, and it belongs to Anna and Alexei, who's a bit of a drunkard. He's had cirrhosis, or he's got cirrhosis of the liver, but he still drinks a lot. He was very drunk last night.
Time to wake up again.
Life on the road.
While you're going along on your back.
How do you like do that? Only a little bit. You probably have the picture now. Check the picture. I've zoomed in a bit.
Yeah. So.
No, you're fairly much.
Is he in it?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Trouble is though, the picture's a little bit probably high.
High?
Well, your head sort of should be a little bit up.
And me?
You're sort of in the bottom corner. Bottom.
Okay.
So am I not in this picture or what?
No, not yet. Go away. So how do you like cheetah?
Cheetah is a wonderful town.
Have you turned it on yet?
It's, you know, whenever
No swearing on camera, please.
No, please, okay. When we come to Cheetah, I thought that it is too small and too dirty, and it was like a little village. But when we come in and just visited first two hotels, you know, they showed me a special sign.
No room.
No room, yes, but
No
it's
room.
special sign, you know, like
Just a Russian
yeah,
hand language.
yes,
Like that.
yes, something like yes, little, yes, yeah, no. So, and then suddenly, one of the girls just tried to help me, and she said, just call this and this and this. I called, and I found a room in the hotel, but she said that it will be too expensive for foreigners, especially for Australian and for English, yes, and for, you know, yeah, you know, for me.
How much?
Like little, okay, Russian guy. So, yeah, so then I said that just it is better. We prefer to stay in the people houses, to speak with people and just live separate. And you know, it's better. We're cycling from, and start speaking. We're cycling from St. Petersburg to Siberia, and then there is the tide. Yeah, and she said that.
We're in.
Yeah, we're in.
Like a shot.
You know,
It's amazing. It's the most amazing example of Russian hospitality.
Yeah.
The lady at the hotel, this is her house, this is her flat, and she's not living in it. I don't know where she's living at the moment.
No, she, yeah, her
Did you
husband.
turn
with-
this on?
No, her husband
Yeah,
with the
it's
son. Yeah, husband with his son came to the Crimea, to Odessa. You know,
I
Odessa.
think I turned it on. Is the red light on?
Stand by.
The red light?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on.
So, her husband now is in Odessa with the kid, with her parents. She was born in Odessa, so resting on the vacation, and she lives with
So where's August then?
with the mother of her husband. I think so. Алло? 3,67,53. Я не знаю, если честно. 3,67,53. А я точно не знаю. Я точно не знаю. Меня сейчас в гости привели, а вот хозяйка ушла. Она пошла в гостиницу работать, Оля. Я не знаю, подожду.
Anyway, while he's on
Кого?
the phone, we
Без
needed somewhere to stay. All the hotels were full.
Хорошо
And
сейчас.
the lady who works at the hotel just said, come and stay in my flat. And she's living somewhere else at the moment because her husband's away. So she's just given us this superb flat, which is
So ourselves for 2 days.
yeah, just got the run of it for 2 days. It's brilliant. And she's just come here, given us the keys, and gone off back to the hotel to work. So,
Shoot.
unbelievable,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
I found this.
We were getting a bit stuck. Well, not stuck, but the hotels we were trying, it looked as if they'd all be full.
It's like in Frozen Isle.
Or or else you wouldn't be allowed to have foreigners to stay. Come back. Anyway, I found this, which is excellent for sandal sores. So you just sit on it and pull it through like that. It's
Oh,
very, very
Здравствуйте.
Is this a neighbour?
Yeah, just to call her. Somebody called her, I don't know. First, I picked up the phone and pick up the phone. And it's
Just turn this off.
this is telephone 37557. I said I don't know. She said, but this is street named, for example, Politaiva, home 2026, and yeah, you know, the room number 23. Said I don't know, sorry. She said, but how do you know? You live here? I said no, it's a guest. We're guests here. We're in guests. And that's it. She said, but can you invite the neighbor? Yeah.
Well, she's obviously, Olga, who lives here, is obviously very friendly with everyone.
Yeah.
This is her neighbour
Can
who
you
uses the telephone.
Okay, turn
Anyway,
this off.
she's brilliant, obviously brilliant, and it's brilliant that we've got this for 2 days.
Hey Kate, tell us what you're doing.
I'm making French bread, which I haven't made for a long time, and quite nice. It's like a treat. A little break from porridge. Well, the other two had porridge this morning.
Do you like
What are you
cooking?
doing, Greg?
Do you like cooking, Kate?
Well, not normally much of a cook actually. But out of desperation, something different. I can just trip back, but everything's always the same. Always porridge, always stodge. I thought I had a different type of stodge at least. You can't actually do this on the primer, so it's more butter. I don't mind cooking when you can have desperation.
You've just ripped the handle off the frying pan.
Bloody hell.
This is the view from the balcony where we're staying in Chita.
I love it. One more piece of watermelon, man.
I think I've had enough, thanks.
Okay, it's up to you. Hassan?
Извините за шторки, пожалуйста. И позвоните туда на память. Ольга Федоровна, заходите обязательно.
Там цукром за 100 летников.
Today is the 18th of August. It's about 7 o'clock in the evening, and this is the town square in Chita with another statue of Lenin, which is a bit of a shock to see in there. Just taking this to show that it's one of the few towns we've been in which has actually got some decent landscaping, or just flower beds and things in the town squares. Most of them are pretty grotty and untended, but these are actually well looked after, being weeded, and there's loads of flowers out in them, which generally softens off the grey hardness that you find in most of the central squares that we've been through. the main post office in Cheetah. Oh. Didn't know she was in there.
Architecture of the town. We look for the architecture of the town. Обновление домов тоже занимается, или просто state, how to say, state organization, yeah, the city architecture. Yeah.
Мы занимаемся городской съемкой. Делаем съемку города, обследуем подземные коммуникации, вычерчиваем высоковольтные линии, низковольтные линии, теплотрасса, вода, канализация. Все постройки, всю застройку полностью, деревья, вся посадка полностью тоже идет на эту съемку. Что тут еще можно сказать?
На кого вы работаете?
На городскую архитектуру работаем. Городская архитектура дала задание, мы ее делаем.
И как часто это происходит?
Ну как часто? Ну я, например, 1,5 года работаю, я занимаюсь этой съемкой. Мы начали вот только делать город, а насколько это еще будет? Если будет финансирование, будет оплата, то будем и дальше делать полностью весь город. Не будет, закроют фонд оплаты, не будем, значит, больше ничего делать. На другую работу, что-нибудь другое. Если, например, у нас собирались на КСК троллейбусную линию тянуть, будем, значит, профиля делать дорог для троллейбусной линии, чтобы проводили.
Спасибо огромное. That's it.
Вся наша работа.
That's all day.
This is Babushkin Street in Cheetah. Just about 100 yards from where we stayed in Olga's flat. I don't think the cars use the right-hand lane.
Yes.
Yeah? Beach. So, Baywatch.
I love it.
Hey.
Don't say that. We want some Baywatch.
Yeah, I don't know, something like that, nearly. So,
Today, Wednesday. It's Wednesday the 18th of August.
yeah,
And it's our last night in Cheetah.
15:30.
Half past 15.
Oh, half past 9, sorry.
Anyway, so I've got beer from Peking.
I have got beer from Germany.
Yeah, I've got German beer as well. Heik Beck Gills.
Beer. Their beer.
Baby.
Strong. The
Yours is
strongest of my
Danish.
beers.
Danish.
Danish?
Danish, yeah.
Where is it?
So this is alright actually. Not too bad.
Oh yeah,
Nice
Danish.
big bottle.
And as for the hors d'oeuvres, crunchy garlic bread and
This is brilliant.
garlic bread with tomato and just garlic bread.
Yeah,
We've
big
eaten
variety, biggest variety.
We've eaten a lot of garlic
Yeah.
over the last few days.
Which is good. We need
It's nice. We need
Just
some pretty
smell.
well.
Oh shit, it's
Well,
terrible.
I'm waiting for the water to boil, which has taken at least half an hour
Nah.
for the spaghetti. So we're going to have more tomatoes with sausage and spaghetti and butter and more garlic.
I think it's garlic sausage actually.
Milk sausage. It was written there, milk. But I don't know how it can be milk sausage.
Milk?
Milk.
Yeah. Anyway, I've got to show you something today which is it's making me a bit sad today.
Socks.
I'm afraid. No, not my socks. I'm not sad about my socks. I'm sad about my shoes. We're going to send some stuff back to
to Rosanne.
Yeah.
With the next couple of weeks, I think, as we go around the railway, there's not so much road. So I'm actually going to start wearing my boots, which I've been carrying all the way from St. Petersburg for just this part of the trip. So I'm going to send my old shoes back, which I bought in 1987 actually, from Sid Standard in Nottingham.
Where's your shoes, Greg?
I'm just
Where
going
did
to
you
get them.
Yeah, where's your famous shoes? Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh no.
Not near the food.
No,
No, they're
just
clean,
Just,
they're clean.
Yeah, I know.
A bit smelly.
I just
Yeah,
have to
just a
do-
little bit smelly.
This is actually the right one's not too bad. Get my head in the picture. There's just a bit of a split down the side there.
So it's just empty it out into the hors d'oeuvres.
You can see daylight through there. That's that one. This is the left one. The left one is losing its soul, I'm afraid, which happens to everybody on these long trips. But I stuck them up and I stuck them up, and they lasted about a month, more than a month, with running repairs, just gluing them up. But I think the time has come for them to be got rid of.
Clean your, wash your hands.
And I discovered some unworn socks today.
Wow.
It's carrying so much stuff
So
extra.
got some clean clothes on today.
So your weight might go down in your bags a bit.
Yeah.
That carries so much extra stuff.
Yep. Anyway.
Anyway, this is pretty nice actually.
So tomorrow will be the start of there.
Tomorrow is the start of the next stage, which is the
difficultest and the longest.
Yeah. Start of the hardest part.
About the next month will sort us out.
Yeah.
If we're lucky, it might be 3 weeks. If there's more roads than we know about,
Well,
which is quite possible.
can take 1 week.
Depends on the weather. If it rains a lot and the roads are muddy,
No, it's okay.
then Greg might need to use his boots properly.
I will be using my boots. Can I just point out, I will be using my boots every day. I will not be going barefoot at any stage. The only other shoes I've got with me now are the ones that I bought in Irkutsk, the Russian ones, which are too small.
Very trendy.
They're dead smart. They were the right size in the shop, but they're too small now. Can't understand it.
Always things, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but if there weren't the rubbish roads or the non-existent roads that we're going to have over the next few weeks, we'd finish at least 2 weeks earlier. We'd be in Vladivostok 2 weeks earlier.
Actually, we could be there now if we didn't go to the Saiyans as well.
If we hadn't been to the Saiyans, if we hadn't spent a week in Irkutsk, and if the roads were better, I'd be sitting at home in Cookham with my pint of beer, my decent food. Right, this is good food actually tonight. This is above average.
Yeah.
With my decent food, very comfortable and clean, reminiscing already.
Looking at the video. Looking at this, giving
Looking at
slideshows.
looking at how Greg cycled in Russia.
Yeah. Boring everybody with this video.
Instead, you have to be content with Chinese beer. That's nice, but
But we have only got 6 weeks.
6 weeks maximum.
6 weeks to go.
Maybe less.
So,
Maybe 5.
Maybe less, maybe.
maybe less.
Maybe, who knows? We will see.
5.5 or 6 weeks. So I can't begin to tell you how exciting it is.
Have been done 110 days.
Hey, yeah, we've done 6,000 miles. 6,010.1 to get to here.
And approaching 10,000 kilometres. Not quite, 9,700 and something.
Pretty good going.
Pretty good.
And the average mileage, if you take, ignoring our rest days, had a 30 odd rest days so far. So if you ignore those, you just take the mileage, average mileage for the days we actually cycled, we're cycling 80 miles a day, which is ridiculous.
130 kilometres?
Yeah.
So, and that includes sort of a few half days here and there as well. So
Yeah.
it's,
It includes blasting around the Sand Mountains in 11 days, coping with floods over the last week, having to do a bit of porterage up the hill, pushing the bikes up the hills, off the road, to get around the flooded road. Which was
Terrible
quite
road
fun.
from
It was on the bus.
Siberian, terrible road from Krasnoyarsk to Kutsk. Only about 600 or so kilometres actually. Oh, really bad road.
But it would be dead boring if it was just good road all the way. So,
Yeah.
you need a bit of challenge. You need to have to be made to think.
Especially for the first stage for me.
Especially for the first time.
Yeah.
You've been made to think for the first time.
Yeah.
Christ, you're a doctor, you know. You've got to be able to think on your feet all the time.
Yeah, really.
Serious.
Yeah. So Eugene cycle with you. He's now in the hospital.
Eugene, can we just say we've just spoken to Centerpole. It's not funny.
Yeah, it's not very funny. So
That's not actually good at all.
Greg,
Eugene
face,
Kalchugin.
make serious.
No, I know.
Eugene Kalchugin.
Cover your role.
Yeah. He's now in the hospital in Ryazan with heart problems, so he cycled with us from Novosibirsk around the Sains to Krasnoyarsk, so we hope he's alright.
He was fine when he was with us.
He always looks a bit red in the face there.
It was 1 month.
He complained when he got back. He complained of always being hungry, but I don't think being hungry affects your heart.
Everybody is hungry.
Yeah, well, for a reason.
No, I'm hungry always.
But,
You want to say that you're not hungry?
I'm not hungry at the moment. I'm eating for the camera. Otherwise, you have to sit here and say, Kate, this is delicious garlic bread.
Yeah, perfect. Kate,
God, I could eat
After they're
loads.
finished, they'll probably
you know.
knock me on the head or something.
Just need to come to the camera very close and chew like, you know, do very good sounds.
I think this is
Yeah.
this crunchy will be noisy enough on the camera.
I can't hear when I actually chew because it's so conscious.
So we're still waiting for the water to
It
boil.
might be boiling, who knows?
Could be boiling. Desperately exciting.
Actually,
I think
might
so.
know.
Anyway,
You just need to put boiled water already in the,
in what?
yeah.
In the saucepan.
Yeah. So
How do you boil the water to begin with?
I don't know.
It's
No,
boiled
it's
to-
it's the only way in Russia, you know. Yeah.
Exactly.
Get boiling water out of the tap. Well, I wish we could, but the problem is the water gets turned off.
Yeah.
Don't have running water here all day long.
Only
Is
now.
that it? You got anything else to say?
It's boiling.
It's boiling! It's boiling!
Got it.
Excellent. Well, let's go eat.
Yeah.
We know what you think this probably is, but it's actually halva, and it's very tasty. We live off this stuff sometimes. Made out of sunflower seeds and honey, and it's sort of what's left over when they press the sunflower seeds when they make sunflower oil. Anyway, just a little diversion. We've done 67 kilometres today. We didn't leave till about 1:30 or so. We had a disastrous morning trying to post things, and we slept in for a start and didn't wake up till 8 o'clock. So we didn't leave, you know, we messed around, we spoke to Olga, what else did we do? We went shopping. Everything was a disaster this morning, so we just had to have a laugh. And then since leaving Chita, it's just been sort of just hills the whole time, just following a river valley. We seem to be going up and down, up and down, up and down. Anyway, we've got here at Darasan, so it's 67 kilometres. We're going to do about another, 30 or 40 today, and then we'll call it a day. You see this massive rain cloud in the distance, in the background. I think we're going to get wet, so we've pulled out our waterproofs. Let's just hope we're going to be okay. So I'm going to have some more of this yummy looking halva, and then we'll get on our bikes and off we'll go.
Is it still going?
Yeah.
This is
is Darasun down, and there was a heavy thunderstorm going on, so we just pulled into just the bottom of a staircase in a block of flats, and then Alexander here just walked past on his way back up to his flat, and then a couple of minutes later, one of these ladies came down and said, "Oh, do you want some tea?" So we thought, oh, fair enough, just for 5 minutes. We came up here, and there's this brilliant array of cakes and beautiful raspberry jam, tea, gherkins, fresh bread, salami, everything. So we've been up here for ages, just stuffing our faces.
I want to stay here.
Yeah. And they said we could stay the night, but we can't. We've got about 30 kilometres to do still, so we've got to get on really. It's quite late. Yeah, it's nearly 7 o'clock. So we've got another 2 hours cycling, but we want to do it today because after that there's about 70 kilometres of bad road. So we've got to get it done already. I'm just writing them out one of our cars.
Okay, to Alexander, Sophia and family, thank you very much for an unexpected and very welcome invitation into your home. Much better than cycling through the severe Russian Gaza storm. Best wishes for the future, Greg Yeoman, myself and Sasha. This is Bangui, souvenir, and this is Greg Yeoman.
Greg. Yes. Cycle expedition.
This is the remains of the tea that we've just had. The delicious raspberry jam there, and the cake in the middle has got sort of yogurt type stuff in the middle of it, baked, which comes out a nice sort of custardy flavour. And there's just racks and racks of them around the kitchen, so it's like a magic plate. Whenever we took any away, another one appeared. It's great.
Very best. And some of the silly people. Drunk one. What when the distractions were around?
Yeah.
Just ignore them.
And sometimes when you ignore them, they become more angry.
This is Friday the 20th of August. It's very windy, but it's a tailwind. It's a bit chilly, very hilly, very cloudy, probably have some rain today. Don't know what these plants are, these blue ones. They're pretty.
Okay, on.
This is the evening, Friday the 20th of August in the evening. This is the stream running past our campsite. It's just off the main road. We did 62 miles today. Very hard work. First 27 kilometres was surfaced, and then after that till the end of the day it was all up and down and up and down, and then unsurfaced road, gravelly sandy track. This is there's a bit of, along the river here, there's a birch and hazel woodland, just about running about 10 metres either side of the stream, full of wild mushrooms, and the stream's just gone down. It's very muddy all around the edge, but it was clearly in flood just well, yesterday I suppose. Even there was loads of rain here apparently all last night and over the last few days. Saturday the 21st of August. I think that's the town of Kasanovo, which is getting towards near Chinsk, which will be our last major town before Mogadishu.
But the guy who we asked first in Chita, he said about road. He mentioned about it.
Yeah.
He said it.
Terrorist.
Okay, there's another one.
Mogayuki?
No, Mogatui.
Mogatui? Isn't that this the end of this right
Mogatui?
No,
No. Mogatui is here.
Just walking and praying. Right. I use the rosary and use the Jesus prayer. And sometimes I use the scripture. But I just keep focused on the Lord, and He takes care of me. People stop and give me food and water. I never buy anything. I tell people I don't take money, but they find ways of sticking it in my pocket and stuff sometimes. But I never have any use for money. Never have any needs.
Have you ever had any time when you actually did run out of food or?
No, in Russia, the hospitality is so great. I always have to say, no, I don't need food, because I'd be so loaded down. Everyone wants to give me food, and it's more than I can handle, so.
Well, we found the hospitality.
Okay.
My name's George Walter, and I'm a stranik, a pilgrim. For the past 23 years, I've been walking for the Lord. Beginning in 1970, I walked from Barcelona, Spain to Jerusalem, taking a year. And I walk and just trust in God to provide for me. And I've walked in the United States and Mexico and Canada. And now here in Russia, I took a plane from Anchorage to Magadan and walked from Magadan to Susuman to Khandiga, Yakutsk, the Yakutsk-Neve road, and now I'm on my way over to Chita, and I hope to stay in Irkutsk for the winter if I can get a visa extension. And then eventually go on to India and Jerusalem. So my calling is just to walk and to pray and to trust in God, and He takes care of me.
Магадан, Иркутск. А вы русский, нет?
Нет, я из США.
США? А что вас побудило?
Why do you start traveling? Why do you start traveling?
Любовь.
Любовь.
Любовь. Пешком 23 года.
Пешком 23 года.
Америка, Мексика, Канада.
А в России-то первый раз? Ну это же трудно.
Is it difficult?
Да. Пешком 30 километров в день.
30 километров.
Бог мой интерпретер.
Ну это хорошо.
Спасибо.
А ночуете-то где? Гостиница или шкаф?
Нет, спалил филосю. Палатка.
Палатка?
Спальный мешок.
Спальный мешок. Ну, у нас же холодно, сейчас холода начинаются.
Нет,
Нет? А если не секрет, вам сколько лет?
52.
52. А вы всю жизнь, как сказать, католик, вы где-нибудь работаете или что, образование какое-то? И молитва. А вы идете сейчас из...
Мы едем на велосипедах из Петербурга.
До Владивостока.
God bless you.
Right.
Go.
It's Sunday the 22nd of August today. It's an absolutely beautiful day. It's so clear, you can just see miles. We've just done an hour and a half out of Nachinsk and we're heading towards Chernyshevsk. The roads run out. I've got to keep trying to say this all before the dust comes. The decks run out and we're on this dust now. So this is it until Mogachar really. This is the quality of the road we'll have, and even this is going to run out in a day or two. But we're just enjoying it while it's still okay. The last few hundred kilometres of decent track at least. It's been last few days have been fairly hard going, loads of hills, but the weather generally has been great. The scenery has been spectacular. We've met some interesting people. We met George Walter, the pilgrim, American chap, yesterday. It's very interesting.
What about the restaurant yesterday?
Last night we gate crashed a birthday party in the restaurant, which was that was interesting to say the least. So we're just all feeling pretty positive about the next stage, which is going to be the difficult bit, but we'll just take it one day at a time and see what happens.
Все будет, о! Ну, по-честному все.
Нет, знаешь, чудо по-человечески. Я же не буду объяснить,
А можем здесь затушить все здесь.
Давай,
Ну, в баню возим, но...
Бань было делаем.
нам после бани парить просто на полосу.
Мы хорошую баню.
Не, а нам завтра ехать опять, а после бани там не поднимешь потом.
Почему?
Ну,
пропарись.
Пропарись. А? Просто.
Ну, где-то в гости свозим, где-то любит эту систему. Просто в баню сделаем, ну. Как ты на это дело смотришь? Объясни ему этому. Ты же объясняешь, что все.
Не, ну чё ж, не всегда, блядь.
We're doing a report.
Well, you're on.
I'm on.
I mean, it's coming. The film's running.
Well, it's actually, what is it, the 22nd?
Sunday.
Sunday the 22nd, and we're in Chernyshevsk, and it's sort of the end of the road. We've got another 55 kilometres to get to Jerrycan, which is definitely the end of the road. But all the people that come on the Trans-Siberian stop here. If they're driving through, they'll stop here, then they get on the train. So all these cars coming from Vladivostok and so on, they get off here and they go. We've had a wonderful banya. The tower's a bit wet, a bit dirty. But, we've met some people on the about 20 kilometres before we arrived here today. Slava and Antolia. Anyway, they asked us to their parents' place, and we had all sort of, after our banya we had sort of fresh tomatoes and fresh cucumbers and pancakes and jam and beer. They've been driving us around and we shouldn't really be in the car, a bit drunk. Anyway, there's my very smelly shirt. My very good conditioner, which has lasted me the whole trip. Will last me to the end, and
just shave your head if it runs out, I suppose. That's the easiest thing, isn't it?
I guess so. Maybe it's itchy for them. Yeah, so this is it really. Tomorrow we should be somewhere in the swamp. So that's quite exciting really. All these people, a lot of people are fairly negative saying, oh, you won't get through. People can drive through in the winter when it's all iced over, but in the summer it's just water, so there's trains every 10 minutes. And we know all that. I'm sure we'll be able to go on the road at some stages, but the problems will be with the bridges. The railway bridges are the only way through because quite a few people just. So I think most of the bridges are guarded by the army, so we have to sweet talk them to let us through. So, but I think we'll get through. Very tough. I think it's the end of my. Had a good day today. 100 kilometres. Little sharp hills, but it's beautiful scenery. Just panoramic views. You sort of go up these hills along the top, and you go down, and you go up again. It's good. I enjoyed it. I'm ready for bed.
This is Monday the 23rd of August. This is the big room in the hotel in Chernyshevsk where we stayed last night. The word mir there means peace. It is Monday the 23rd. Picking mushrooms.
This is good, but we need to clean them. Yeah. To keep it. There is millions of. Yeah. It's okay.
But not those ones there.
No, not this one. Not this one.
Wow, wow. Yeah, that's it. Great. These are the best. Wow, yes. Yeah, got it.
And I told you, lady. Wow. Now this is the best. Perfect mash.
Big stalks.
When we gather them in the forest, we cut it like this.
Across the middle, yeah.
Yeah, because they will, they need to reproduce, yeah?
Yeah,
Reproduce, but here there is millions of them.
This is the road we're following through the forest from Chernyshevsk, where we stayed last night, up to the town of Zherikan, where the road will stop. So we get to Zherikan and then ask.
Okay. This is our dinner.
Yeah.
We're at Jericho now. This is supposed to be the end of the line. The lady who's behind us there, who's the ticket seller, I guess. Anyway, she's giving us the timetable. And so what we're doing is writing down the names of all the train stops and the actual times that they stop at each place so we can work out. Like, for example, the next town is 9 minutes away, so next stop on the train. So
40 kilometers. Yeah, 20 minutes, which is 30 kilometers. Yeah, 70, 75.
yeah, but this town, for example, is only 30 kilometers away, this one here.
Yeah.
So those ones can't be. There's 3 stops on the next town after that too. So we're just getting an idea of how many stops there are along the way. So the lady said that there's actually a road that goes all the way along. What we don't know is whether it's full of water and whether it's possible to cycle on it or not. So who knows? In winter it's no problem at all. It's all iced over, so trucks and things can go on. But and people can drive through the winter, but summer's a different story because there's so much water around.
That's it,
So
too
it's
much.
good. Yeah.
What else?
This is our road for the next few weeks. This is the railway station in Jerican, where we've just found out the information about the stops along the railway.
Okay, we've just heard from a chap who works on the railway here in Jerican that there is actually a road for another 35 kilometres. We thought the road ended here, but we found that there's a track, at least, not brilliant, certainly not tarmac, but as good as probably as what we've been cycling on, for another 35 kilometres up until the town of, what's the name of the town? Zulova. So we're going to head off up there today and hopefully stay there tonight. So we've gained, what, I don't know, we might, if there hadn't been a track, maybe we would have stayed here if there hadn't been somewhere just up the railway. So we've gained at least half a day, which is good. It's unexpected anyway. So
We haven't got there yet.
35 kilometres to go. We'll see what it's like. It might take us a long time, but we're going to go for it and see what happens when we get there.
Right.
This is Volodya, who's been supplying us with loads of eggs and mushrooms and various things for us to have for supper. He's turned his back on the camera.
Поговорил бы я, Катя, с тобой, да не умею. Да я могу перевести. Ну хорошо, ладно. Всю жизнь. Меня привезли 6 лет сюда.
He was brought here when he was 6 years old.
Yeah.
And since that time he lived here.
Вот. Войну здесь прожил.
Lived all during the war here too.
Yeah.
Он
And so
юношей пошел работать.
Then starts working when he was a fellow.
yeah. What does he?
Third.
Yeah, off you go.
Have you got me scratching my ear?
Yep.
Excellent. The first mosquito. It's Monday the 23rd of August. We've done today just 40.5 miles. We've come from Chernyshevsk to a very small village here called, hang on, Kabienta. This is actually just a part of it. The Trans-Siberian Railway is just running behind Kate there. And most of the village is actually over the other side. There's about 90 people live here. So anyway, so our shortest day so far, only 40.5 miles, but that's because for the last 9-10 kilometres or so, maybe a little bit more, we were really out in the wilds. This is our first day of going out in what's known as the swamp, is the term we've picked up. The road is basically finished. So from here till Mogachar at least, which is another, I don't know how many days ahead, a few days ahead, 5 days maybe, or more, there isn't actually any decent road. And certainly for the next few days is just tracks. It's very wet, they've had loads of rain, so it is heavy going. We've forded our first river today, or stream at least, and we've done our first bit of walking along the Trans-Siberian Railway. We had to go up and over the bridge and down the other side to get over one river, which was a bit too big. So this is actually, we've cycled really hard and fast to get here so that we've got enough time to do the next 3 weeks without then finishing too late in Vladivostok. So that's the reason we had to cycle really hard to get to this bit. So now we're at this bit, our daily average mileage is going to come right down, and we're just going to be coping with one day at a time, coping with the situation. The ground here is really wet all around me just here,
The weather's great. Last few days, actually, the weather's been really good. But who knows? A couple of days of rain, and it'll just be a quagmire again. There is a track for the next 28, 30 kilometres. There is some sort of a track we can follow. After that, I think we've got a few days of just going along the railway. We'll just bang on cue. Just going along the railway, and we'll just have to follow the tracks, the actual rail tracks, and then we pick up some scrappy tracks, just paths again into Mogachar, unsurfaced paths, deep, probably rutted and terrible. So that's it for the next week and a half, really, into Mogachar. That's our next target, is Mogachar, and we've got hopefully a contact there, so we'll have a day off. I've just remembered, good argument this morning. This was with Sasha about how much weight we're all carrying in our panniers and who's got more weight, and should we really be carrying all the essential things, like I've got a radio with me, which as far as I'm concerned it's important to have, because it means that Kate and I, who are away for 5 months, can just keep in touch with the outside world and find out what's going on. But I mean, yeah, on the one hand it's not that important, but on the other hand, we're away for 5 months, we do want to have some sort of home comforts with us. We're not interested in roughing it completely. So that was alright, bit of an argument. Cleared the air a bit, maybe, I don't know, maybe there was a bit of atmosphere building up, don't know. But the rest of the day was fine. That was first thing in the morning, the rest of the day was fine. So that's it for today, I think. Okay, this is Tuesday the 24th.
Cold water. Cold water.
Go. Greg.
As you can see, it's a beautiful day today, and I feel perfect cycling in Siberian forest without any road. It's not cycling, it's like swimming and crossing the rivers and little puddles, sometimes not so shade, deep, little, how to say it, okay. Then it's a good day because it's not rainy, so I like it for 2 or 3 days, not more, maybe 10, but I mean, if it will be the rest months and 1 week, it will be a little bit difficult and complicated, I think so.
This is Tuesday the 24th of August, and we've just had lunch in this village, which I think is about 20 kilometres away from the village where we stopped last night. And we've got 8 kilometres to go to get to the town of Zilova. There's no road. Well, there hasn't been this morning anyway. Just a set of tyre tracks through the just through the countryside, really. There's a rough road for the next 8 kilometres into Zilova. but then that's it, I think, for a few days.
Не надо меня фотографировать.
She's shy, right?
What?
She don't want to be... Все равно показывает по английскому телевидению, что ты? А? Не хочешь? Сейчас по английскому телевидению. We are now in the station Z11. It is nearly 50 kilometers, 38 kilometers from the last big town, Jerican. So the day was today, you know, you've seen some episodes from our journey today, and we are cooking now. Yeah, some rice with the custard. There is a girl, but she don't want to be filmed, and she said that she's studying, and the town will be there in few weeks, in 3 weeks. It's on the road to Blago, and I think so that tomorrow we'll be in better shape, and I think so the road will be better tomorrow, because they said that there is a not bad road, normal road, just to the Zbega, and after that town there is a good road till Magosha, so probably we will be there in 5 or 6, 7 days. Hope so.
And what's the best? Что самый хорошо thing?
Вещь.
Что самый хорошо вещь?
In what?
About this work.
Что тебе больше нравится в работе?
People? Человек?
Люди или что?
Well, trains? Do you like trains?
Поезда?
Все нравится.
Все нравится? She likes everything.
Likes everything. And how many more months? Сколько месяцев еще?
Еще работать?
Yeah.
2.
2. And каждый лет вам надо работать здесь?
Не поняла.
Каждый лет тебе надо работать здесь?
No.
Нет.
Каждый лет.
Каждый лет.
Yeah.
Off and on, off and on, off and on.
Right. Factory. Tape. No, it's
Tape.
not good tape.
No?
That's work. So possibly rush studies. How do you say studies?
Окончание, да.
После учебы, да?
Possibly studies.
Учебы.
When do you finish? Когда
Закончишь. Когда закончишь учебу? Когда закончишь учебу?
Еще сколько лет studies?
Сколько тебе еще учиться? 8 months just to study.
8 months more? That's it. And then you finish. Потом работать. And are you happy about it? You're looking forward to it?
И ты как это называется-то? Счастлива, что ты будешь работать? Тебе нравится работа твоя? Будущее?
Нет.
No, she don't like to go. This job, no. She don't like this job.
Why is she studying then in the Railway Institute?
Зачем?
Это же надо учиться.
But she said, I need to study somewhere.
Why? Почему нет medicine?
А почему не медицине или
Medicine or
каким-то
what other?
другим
What
профессиям?
else can you be? A doctoral engineer?
Because it's good money.
Yeah.
И все? That's all.
That's all. Well, that's the sort of thing. This,
You need money
this
in
sort
our
of-
country to survive, yeah.
But these sorts of jobs, rather than professions like lawyers and doctors and things like that. These are the sorts of jobs where you get paid more, aren't they?
In our country. Okay.
All right, that's ready, is it then? What useful new phrases have you learnt on your holiday, Sasha?
Totti.
Totti?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Pretty girl, you know. Seconds, you know.
Sorry, what was that one?
Sloppy seconds, I think so.
Sloppy seconds?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What's that mean?
You know, it's like one by one.
Is that like
Greg?
when your custard's gone a bit runny?
No, I mean,
you go back,
you
want some more custard?
told me that when you sit into the bus, you need to say just when you go into the group and say, guys, let's organize sloppy seconds. It means let's go into the bus and go somewhere to the weekend. You know, Greg told me, I don't know. So then he said, bruise droop. You know, bruise droop. Yeah, when you want to sleep, yeah, you know, you're very tired. You just go to bed and just lay down. You know, you want to sleep. So and when you feel perfect in the morning, you know, after this good rest, just it's like hair of the dog. So yeah, and you feel perfect in the morning. And some other.
What sort of phrases did you learn in Irkutsk?
Oh, well, there was some good phrases like you know, Greg, you know, they all gone. I don't know. Maybe you.
Suddenly, mental block.
Yeah, mental block. You know, one region in my brain is blocked already for a few months, I think so, or maybe for a few minutes. Like, how long does your table be? Then maybe they will suddenly, you know, it's like flash. They will suddenly be in my brain, but who knows? Definitely, I don't know. Sorry. Maybe I'll
sing my song.
Okay, blind your boomers, kids. Okay, go.
No,
Okay,
no. I'm too embarrassed.
Do it.
Kate, you were captain of your hockey tour. How can you not sing your hockey tour songs?
I sing the hockey tour song on the hockey tour. That's the thing.
But you sang it the other day.
Yeah, that was just.
Got an aberration.
I was thinking